Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dane, your host. I hope that you are doing great wherever you may find yourselves, and blessings to all of you wonderful people out there. And welcome to another episode where I talk about my top 10 favorite live album discographies of all time. And today's episode is slot number 6, and today's artist in question is the wonderful guitarist Steve Hackett, of course, with his band. And he has such a treasure trove of live material going way back. I'm just going to talk about my favorite 10 here, what I think to be the essential Steve Hackett you must own, must have in your collection. Again, one person's opinion, and we're starting with 2013 and working our way to the present year. So the first item is Genesis Revisited live at Hammersmith. This is 3 CDs and 2 DVDs. It's wonderful, and this harkens back to what I said not too long ago in last week's video, I think, where I talked about what, for me personally, are my live album expectations. This runs the whole gamut, including the concept of you don't omit tracks, and if you have to, you put things on a third CD, and he does just that. Disc 3 is only 2 songs, Firth of Fifth and Los Endos, so not, omitting things, like I said, not giving us a half-baked copy or version of the show or rundown. I'm not going to list all the tracks for every CD here, but I will do this one. This starts with Watcher of the Skies, The Chamber of 32 Doors, Dancing with the Moonlit Night, Fly on a Windshield, Broadway Melody of 74, The Lamia, then The Musical Box, then Shadow of the Hierophant, then Blood on the Rooftops, almost 6 minutes, 5:45 total, so a little longer than normal. Then Disc 2, Unquiet Slumbers for the Sleepers, then In That Quiet Earth, then Afterglow. That's kind of that sweet, right? Then I Know What I Like, Dance on a Volcano, then Entangled, then 11th Earl of Mar, then Supper's Ready in its entirety. It's wonderful here, as are Firth of Fifth and Los Endos. The DVDs, DVD 1 is the full show, and DVD 2 is behind the scenes, which is about 38 minutes. And of course, it's a quadruple gatefold, or more than that, actually. Something like that. Anyway, and let's talk about the band. So Steve Hackett, of course, guitar and vocals, and Roger King on keyboards, Nat Sylvan on vocals and tambourine, as he appears on all of these, if I'm not mistaken. Gary O'Toole on drums, Lee Pomeroy on bass and other bass pedals and that sort of thing, and Rob Townsend on sax, woodwind, and percussion and other things, vocals, keyboards. Then you got special guests, as all of these have, Jocko Jaslik, Nick Kershaw, Amanda Lehman, I think, is on all of these as well, Steve Rothery, and John Wetton. So you'll see some of these names, if not all of them again. John Wetton is my favorite guest that appears on much, if not all of these, not all of them, many of them. And in this group of 10 CDs, this is in my top 2. I'm not sure if it's this one or the next one I'm going to present to you, and that is Genesis Revisited live at the Royal Albert Hall, 2014, so a year later. This is only 3 discs, 2 discs, and a DVD of the entire concert. I think this is my favorite. John Wetton's vocals on Firth of Fifth is amazing, and when I first heard it, when I downloaded it on MP3, I was like, boy, he might have been a really good vocalist to replace. Well, if they wanted to recreate Genesis, they if they got the rights to it, Steve and of course John Wetton, and they could got other members and that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm just fantasizing about what a different version of Genesis would be. Anyway, but here's some standout tracks. You get Dance on a Volcano, Dancing with the Moonlit Night, Carpet Crawlers is here. The Return of the Giant Hogweed is a nice treat. It's not on the other album, and I don't think it's anywhere else in the stack. And it's songs in its entirety. The Musical Box, Horizons, I Know What I Like. Disc 2, again, I'm not reading all the songs. Firth of Fifth, Ripples. Fountain of Salampsis is here. It's a wonderful. Supper's Ready, of course, in its entirety. Watcher of the Skies, and then Los Endos. And as I mentioned, John Wetton on vocals, as a special guest. You also have Ronnie Stolt, Ray Wilson, and Amanda Lehman in guest appearances. Steve Hackett, Roger King, Nat Sylvan, Gary O'Toole, Lee Pomeroy, and Rob Townsend. So the same artist pretty much, if not the same as the previous disc. Next is the Total Experience Live in Liverpool 2016. Man, this is great too. They're all great. You have, you open it, you have 2 CDs and 2 DVDs. Okay, yes, 2 DVDs. And the reason for that is, let's see. Oh, it's just sharing. Okay, on the back it just tells you what the DVDs. The DVD one is the entire set, and DVD 2 is behind the scenes and videos and rehearsal and documentary stuff. But this is the same set list as the CDs. You get Corinthian Fire intro, Spectral Mornings, which is nice. Out of the Body, Wolflight, love that song. Every Day, Love Song to a Vampire, The Wheels Turning, Loving Sea, Jacuzzi, Icarus Ascending, Star of Sirius, Ace of Wands, A Tower Struck Down, Shadow of the Hierophant, and then some Genesis songs. Some of them are Firth of Fifth to close things out, and then you have The Cinema Show, Isle of Plenty, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and other tracks. Wonderful, wonderful live material. Then from 2019, so skipping 3 years, so there's a gap between live recordings, is Wuthering Nights live in Birmingham, England, not Alabama. 2019, beg your pardon, 2018, you get 3 CDs. CD 1, Every Day, El Nino, The Steps, In the Skeleton Gallery. Here's the cover. Behind the Steps, The Steps, In the Skeleton Gallery, Behind the Smoke, I beg your pardon. Serpentine Song, Rise Again, Shadow of the Hierophant, 11th Earl of Mar. Then you get One for the Vine to start out CD 2. You get some acoustic improvisation stuff. Blood on the Rooftops is here. Some other Genesis songs, including Firth of Fifth, The Musical Box, and Los Endos. CD 3 is The Road to Kiev, Touchdown, and White Dove. Great disc 3. Again, doing what I ask musicians to do in my head, right? Hey, could you, a CD holds 80 minutes, finish the set list. So we have the full live experience. Great album as well. I just got that one about 3 days ago to complete all the CD stuff from going back and starting with 2013. Again, I had it on MP3, but again, physical media guy here. Next is 2019's Genesis Revisited. Did I screw up my... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have this. I don't have this one on physical copy, in physical format, but I have it on MP3. And this is Genesis Revisited Band and Orchestra 2019. I'm not a big fan of rock music accompanying orchestral work. Like, I don't like the Metallica 2 live stuff that he did. It's okay. The first one with Michael Kamen is better than the last one, where Robert Trujillo is on bass. There are other Kiss did it with Kiss Alive 4, and it was very trendy at one point. It's just not my cup of tea, but here it works. It's still my least favorite of these 10 that I'm presenting, but as you see, it's made the list that it's essential. I'd rather listen to this than say Live Rails, because I think what's here, you have better versions than what's on Live Rails. Live Rails is good, however, I do own that as well. MP3 format. The track list here is Dance on a Volcano, Out of the Body, The Steps, Firth of Fifth, Dancing with the Moonlit Night, acoustic guitar solo, which is wonderful to introduce Blood on the Rooftops. Nice 1-2 punch there for that acoustic stuff. Shadow of the Hierophant, In That Quiet Earth, Afterglow, Serpentine Song, El Nino, Supper's Ready, The Music Box. This was October 25th, 2019. The specific orchestra that the band is playing with is the Heart of England Philharmonic Orchestra. They're amazing. So this is an exception to my rule where I don't particularly like symphonic or orchestra music with rock music, but because it's Steve Hackett and Genesis material it works because it's very progressive and acoustic and whatnot, and fluid, and it's not just your typical bass, drums, voice, and guitar. So it totally works, and I like it, but it's my least favorite. So it's a must-own in some format. Next is Selling England by the Pound and Spectral Mornings live at Hammersmith. So his return to Hammersmith. And here, I don't have here's the band. This one actually comes with a booklet. Some of them do not. So I want to say it's the same setup as before, but I don't want to speak erroneously. A great live shot of the band. Steve in the middle there. The older and older I get, the more and more Steve Hackett is moving up the ranks of being in my top 10 favorite guitarists of all time. So Steve Hackett, of course, Roger King, Nat Sylvan, Craig Blundell on drums, percussion vocals, Rob Townsend, Jonas Reingold, bass, Variax, 12-string vocals, special guest John Hackett, his brother, and Amanda Lehman, of course. So yes, this is worthwhile to have as well. And this came out in 2020, so it's only 5 years old, and I think I think that John Wetton had passed at this point, and that's why he doesn't show up on this album, and that was sad to hear. It's a 2-disc set, and then you have a Blu-ray of the full concert with a documentary. Some of the songs are Every Day, Under the Eye of the Sun, which is great, Fallen Walls and Pedestals, Beasts in Our Time, The Virgin and the Gypsy, Tiger Moth is wonderful, Spectral Mornings, and then this is a real treat, The Red Flower of Tai Chi Blooms Everywhere. You have Clocks, The Angel of Mons, Dancing with the Moonlit Night. Other songs, Firth the Fifth, More Fool Me. You have, of course, Selling England by the Pound in its entirety. You have other songs like Deja Vu, and I missed one, I think. No, I did not. So, again, you have all the songs from Spectral Mornings and all the songs from Selling England by the Pound in its entirety. And that's very trendy still today, where you take one of your best albums and you do the whole thing. Nice treat. Dio did it. So many people did it. Rush. All right, so wonderful set to have. All right, next this is wonderful too, Genesis Revisited, Seconds Out and More, 2022. So there's a 2-period gap. And of course, the cover is going to imitate the Seconds Out Genesis album cover with the light show there. And you can see Nat Sylvan vocals with the long blonde hair. It's 2 CDs and 2 DVDs, of course. What a treat that Steve Hackett has gone to please his fans, if I may do a little sidebar here, and not just give us the live material or not just give us the partial live show. Give it all to us, whether it's 2 or 3 CDs in some cases I've shown to you today, but then give us 1 or 2 DVDs to get the whole show visually. It's wonderful to do that for us. He's a fan of the fans, I guess you could say. Anyway, so you get Clocks, Held in the Shadows, Every Day, The Devil's Cathedral, The Shadow of the Hierophant, Squonk, The Carpet Crawlers, all the songs that appear on Seconds Out, ending, of course, with Dance on a Volcano and Los Endos. This is wonderful. You also have, well, that's 1 and 2. So yeah, this is wonderful to have. What a nice treat. Here are the players: Steve Hackett, of course, Roger King, Nad Sylvan, Craig Blundell, Rob Townsend, Jonas Reingold, special guest Amanda Lehman. Okay, gotta have her for Shadow of the Hierophant. Yes, these are all wonderfully packaged, even though they're not, jewel cases, and yeah, they have to be because they contain at least 3 CDs for each one, except maybe 1. Next is Foxtrot at 50 and Hackett Highlights live in Brighton. I got this right when it came out. This is 2023. This has 2 CDs and a Blu-ray. What you get are Ace of Wands, Devil's Cathedral, Spectral Mornings, Every Day, A Tower Struck Down, Basic Instincts, Camino Royale, Shadow of the Hierophant. You get Watch of the Skies, Timetable, some other Genesis songs such as Horizons, Supper's Ready, Firth the Fifth, Los Endos. Those are most of the songs, so worth having as well. giving us Foxtrot in its entirety. A nice treat as well. Then we get live at Trading Boundaries 2025. This is only 19 tracks. This is unlike the other ones because it's just a jewel case. This is... Oops, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so this is all acoustic stuff. Sparse with vocals. There's maybe 1 or 2 songs that has vocals and that's it. Only Happy When It Rains has vocals. I'm trying to think if there's another one, but anyway, the first song is improv. Then you get a wonderful excerpt of Blood on the Rooftops, The Barren Land, Black Light, Horizons, Jacuzzi, an excerpt from Supper's Ready. It's not even 2 minutes, but it's cool to have. It's just doing, a lot of flute here, of course, and this is very pastoral since it's an acoustic set. After Ordeal, Hairless Heart is here again. It's wonderful. Jazz on a Summer's Night. No, I can't pronounce this. No Estimate, number 1. Walking Away from Rainbows is amazing. Pauline Organ Concerto, an excerpt is wonderful. The Red Flower, etc. is here as well. Hands of the Priestess is wonderful. Memory Lane, Only Happy When It Rains. Ace of Wands, and then the wonderful The Journey came out this year. I forget what month, but this is wonderful to have. I got this also right when I heard it was coming out. And then finally, I just did a review on this, must own as well, The Lamb Stands Up Live at the Royal Albert Hall. And since I just did a review on that, I won't go through the track listings again or talk about the players involved, but of course it's Steve Hackett. But I will mention this. I'll repeat a couple things I said and it will be done. But you get this because you have some wonderful versions of These Passing Clouds. The Devil's Cathedral is amazing here, as is Camino Royale, A Tower Struck Down, Hands of the Priestess. The set list that he picks for The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway doesn't do the whole thing, of course, but the ones that he picks are great. And you have a wonderful version of Dancing with the Moonlit Night, The Cinema Show, Isle of Plenty, and of course, as he does usually, Firth of Fifth and Los Endos. Okay, so there we have it, folks. These are such amazing live shows from Steve Hackett. Steve Hackett, in the last, 20 years, has become even more near and dear to my heart. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.